I want to congratulate you for your Performance Harness Sled Package purchase. So to make sure you get the best out of it, let's go over the proper setup before I show you the basic movement patterns that we can do with a sled. So the performance harness is a one size fits all. Okay. To know what's the front and the back of the performance harness, notice that this buckle right here it's like a seatbelt buckle. This is to indicate you that it's the front. Okay. You don't have to do much adjustment with it. I mean, even though you can see right here, okay, you can pull it, just to make sure that you have the right length. But you can also remove the buckle, but you don't have to. I never really do it. Okay, so here's the proper setup. You're gonna hold the performance harness like so. See, like so. Okay, where the front is on this side and the back is on this side, and you're gonna put it over your head. Okay, like this. See, and then you get your hands right in between this area right here, like so. Okay, make sure the back is flat. Okay, and there's a cross. It's gonna be like that. Okay. Also, notice that the seatbelt webbing, this webbing here, they're loose. That's the way it's supposed to feel. Okay. The other thing to check now is uh, the short rope and the pulley. Okay. Make sure that you have it in this configuration. So you're gonna have a clip on each D-ring, on the front D-ring, back D-ring. Okay. And the pulley should be resting right down there on the bottom. Okay. Because this system here represents your arm. Okay, you're going to be replacing your arms, by using the harness and the small pulley. And again, just to make sure that the other side is also the same. Okay, now notice that I have a cord or a piece of rope connected to each side of the pulley. And at the end, you have the Cyclone 52. Okay, you're almost there to get it to hook it to a sled. So let's go here. And then I am at a local high school here in Pelham, Alabama, and they have this sled. Okay, usually some sleds they have a hook right here, so I could use the clip or the carabiner and hook it there. Okay, now to connect the Cyclone 52 with the sled, we're going to use the second piece of rope that comes with your sled package. Okay, so and notice that it's pretty long. It's about 68 inches. Okay, and the reason is simple. For short athletes, you can pretty much shorten the rope. See what I did? Now, for tall athletes, you might want to lengthen it. Okay, to the appropriate length. And how do you know what is the appropriate length? Well, it's such that when the individual start dragging the sled, there's no bouncing. Okay, that's what you want to minimize. All right. So for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the rope in half, and because I don't have a hook here, I see that I can at least get it through behind this flange, get it around, and now watch. I'm going to use the carabiner here, and I make sure that I connect all the pieces. See, I got the rope connected, and now I'm going to have the pulley connected. So here I'm good to go. So to make sure that you get it right all the time, I suggest that once you set up the system, let's say, see right now it's uneven. Look how simple it is to set it up. I grab the D-ring here and I just pull it. Okay, and I set it up at the right length. So I have to be honest. I noticed that this length for me was a little too short. So I need to lengthen, the rope. So the best way to do it, kind of do it pretty fast. Watch. I took the end loops and passed it through this big loop, and I just choke this plate, this flange. Okay, you see now I have a longer rope. I just put it right here on the big carabiner, connect the pulley, and I think that's a good length for me. All right, so Let's go ahead and show you how the harness is actually going to work for you. Okay. So I would like, Jimmy, would you mind if you move like somewhere here? Yes, right there. Okay. So the performance harness was designed for you to drag the sled in four different directions. Okay. Forward, back pedal, and lateral. Okay. And it doesn't matter which of those four movements you do, the harness adapts to you. For example, if I have to, if I move my body, let's say my hip, by flexing and extending, notice how the small pulleys, and see how this rope feed or pass through the pulleys. See what I'm saying? Right here. Okay? It feels very smooth. Now, if I want to move laterally this way, that's what the Cyclone 52 does. Allows me that freedom of movement. Okay? So the preferred movement is back pedaling. Okay? So all you do is you squat a little bit, so you have a little knee flexion, hip flexion, and just drag the tire. These are simple steps. Okay? You don't want to take long steps. These are very short. And notice that I keep my your knees should be always in front of you. You don't want to be back here. Okay? Just keep it tiny step. As long as you do tiny steps, you're good. And you can load it as much or as light as you want it. The heavier it gets, I suggest to sit down a little bit more. Okay, try to avoid to round your back and get your head down. Okay, and as long as you keep your spine slightly up and flex your knees, and you can hinge your hips a little bit, you should be fine. So the second variation is the leg crossover, left and right. I'm going to do the left side first. See, watch. I'm turning and see how the system adapts to you. Okay, the pulley and the rope, they're doing their job. And because the harness is loose, everything feels so natural. Okay, now the leg crossover, you'll start with the inside leg forward and outside legs back. Okay? Notice that already, if you, Jimmy, you want to come here for a second and point at my ankle, notice that my my ankle is already in this roll or eversion. From anatomical explanation, it's in an eversion position. Okay, and my back foot is in inversion position. So we want to be building lower body strength by performing a lateral or leg crossover, and by doing that, you get, you get stronger leg. You're working your leg muscles, but you're also working about that joint, ankle joint function, which is paramount in athletic when you change direction. Okay, so you do the corresponded length. Okay, and then you change to the other side. See how easy it is to change? And again, the higher the load, the more I'm going to lean. Okay, so notice again, my front foot push off laterally. Okay, and it's in that roll or eversion position. Okay, and my back foot again is in that inversion position. But notice that I have a slight angle because I'm maximizing traction by staying on the ball of my feet. So I'm not doing I'm not doing that. See, I got my big toes off the turf. I want to have all the ball of my feet and my 5 toes on the ground. So I have to turn, coil my hips slightly and then push off. Basically, think or imagine that you are a speed skater and you're coming around the track. That is the movement that we are trying to replicate here. Now, to do the forward step, is all you have to do is grab the pulleys, spread it out a little bit, step through, and you are good to go. So again, let's say if this piece of webbing or buckle is too high, it might be compromising for women. No problem, just push it down. See, that's it. Okay, then lean forward, and then here you want to stay on the ball of your feet. If you are on your heels, either the weight is too light or your calf muscles are too weak. And what happens is that people start collapsing. See, they collapse, and that's usually uh, weakness in your calf muscles. But ideally, what you want to do is drag the sled on the ball of your feet and stay relaxed. I mean, I don't like. It's not a march. It's not a march. Okay, you just gotta keep it smooth. Okay, keep it smooth right here. Okay. Again, these are not long steps. These are relatively short steps. I hope this video was educational for you. Any questions or whatnot, you can always reach out. Email or any of our social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, and well, we don't have Twitter. Thank you.